Today I thought about the first pickup line that I used my first girlfriend, and it went as this: if loving you is like a race, meet me at the finish line. So the other day I just took time to think, and I had a nostalgic moment concerning that statement as I was just taking stock of my life, especially the love life. One of the things that dawned on me was that actually it's true. Nowadays, most women would want to meet you at the finish line. No, very few would want to be involved in the process of building, in the process of training, in the process of running till you get to the finish line. But they want to wait on the finish line for the man who manages to reach the finish line. And that's how the relationship dynamics are in the present and modern day, whereby society has tend of veered toward glorifying achievements, success, and winning material things. Like life should just be dopamine driven. You get that dopamine-led kind of life where every time it's just a high, and a high. And there has been a lot of deception in that, especially now that we are in the era of the social media and everybody's showing the best side of their relationship. So most people think that they have a problem and their relationship does not look like what they normally see on social media. But most of the things on social media are scripted, and life is real. Life is real. And life can be so real. What will you say about a lady who wanted to be married by the age of 24? And at that age is the time when she met a man who she thought would be the father of the children. And the guy impregnated her and walked away. And now maybe she's even 39 and she's not settled. Or another case where such a thing happened and the lady is now getting married at the age of 39. What would you say about that? What would you say about the man who came from a good family where he was supported well, scored A's, performed well in academics, but has been unable to secure a job? Will we call that man a loser? What will we say about that person who had very clear-cut goals and wanted to achieve a lot in life, but diseases have been able to derail him? Has that person lost in life? Where am I going with this is that to bring us to a place of asking ourselves important questions. As a society, where are we going? Especially in the area of relationship and marriage. Where are we going as a society? Because right now where we are on two different paths. The ladies on this other side, they have expectations of the kind of men that they want. The men on this other side have seen how manipulative the relationship space can be and have decided to withhold from relationships. And the fact that sex has become so cheap as breathing oxygen, if one lady says no, there's always a lady who will be willing to give it out. The value of commitment has eroded away. And to that lady who has high expectations that match a man who is already on the finish line, and you know very well those men are just like 1%, and you've advanced in age, maybe you're even in your 40s and you're in your 50s and you're still holding to those expectations that you had at 24. Wisdom calls for self-reflection and calling yourself to a meeting and asking yourself, if the things that I believe and the things that I hold on to have not given me the result that I've wanted all these years, isn't it right for me to change them? Isn't it right for me to let them go? I've seen very humbling cases. There are ladies who we would approach them at those times. Oh God, those girls were pretty. I'm telling you, I cannot share their photos right now, but I see them on TikTok every time. I don't know why TikTok has become a ranting space for bitter women, by the way. Not that I have anything against women, but I like looking at things from a sensible lens. And because they were so pretty, they preserved themselves for the kind of men that they wanted who did not want them. So by God's grace, we've worked on ourselves. We've managed to build our names. We've managed to build a thing for ourselves. Right now we meet with them. And I cannot say that they're in the bad place. They are working and doing their own things. But the cry for relationship is there. When you have conversation with them, you can clearly feel it. But you see now on this other side, feminism came in with a lot of lies and began telling women that, you don't need a man, you can do it on your best. That's when these terms were introduced, what a man can do, a woman can do. For those who are old enough, you remember the Beijing Declaration that was done I think early 2000s there. And it has been the source of all this conflict that we are facing in the society right now. And the manosphere has come in to try and help the man. Although not everything that is being taught in the manosphere is 100% true, because the problem that I have with manosphere is it's trying to create a world through its own lens instead of seeing the world for what it is. Where is the world going? Where is the world today? Because on this other side, we cannot be antagonizing sexes and telling men that if he does not give you sex within the first within the first 2 dates, then that woman is not worth keeping. I mean, that's being abusive. I mean, you wouldn't want your daughter to be treated like that. That's something that I listen to the red pill content and all that, but I'll tell you, I don't consume everything, because that 1% lie is a major fact. So where am I going with this? Is that as a society, we are going to hit a place where we are going to course correct. And I think that is happening right now. If you look at the events that are happening where ladies are just alone, men are not there, and men are refusing to go to these events, there is a cry in the society. We are tired of the nonsense. We are tired of this bull crap. We are tired of all these false Hollywood painted love that Neo and Asha and Chris Brown have been singing to us all this other time. You get? And the problem with this is that even as we get to a place of course correction and society reset, the question will be, what are the values that have worked so that we can hold on to them? And those values are very boring, and they are rooted in the fruits of patience, love, joy, peace, long-suffering, endurance, in sickness and in health. Two are better than one, because when one is down, he will lift the other up. And how can one person give himself or herself warmth? And in the fruit of realizing, in God's eyes, we are all equal. However, we have different responsibilities, and we are built differently. There are roles that a man can do that a woman cannot. There are roles that a woman can do that a man cannot. And when we get to that point, then we will stop competing with each other and we complement each other. I don't know how long that will take, but I'm sure before I die, I will see it in my lifetime, because we're already there. And where am I going with this? Is to remind you to look at James chapter 3, verse 13. And this is what it says. Who is there among you who is wise and intelligent? Then let him by his noble living show forth his good works with the unobtrusive humility, which is the proper attribute of true wisdom. But if you have bitter jealousy, envy and contention, rivalry and selfish ambition in your hearts, do not pride yourselves on it, and thus be in defiance of and false to the truth. This superficial wisdom is not such as comes down from above, but is earthly, unspiritual, animal, even devilish. How do you know the wisdom of the world? Is that it's full of bitter jealousy, contention. Aren't we having contention among sexes? Aren't we at loggerheads right now? Isn't there jealousy and rivalry? We see people killing each other because of love and all that. Is there pride? Yes. When one spouse feels they are better than the other, they feel they cannot listen to the other. Is there defiance? Yes. Is there falseness? Yes. There's a false reality that has been created that whatever you've achieved academically and all these things gives you a superior complex and others are nothing. Verse 16 says, for wherever there is jealousy, envy and contention, rivalry and selfish ambition, there will also be confusion. Where there is jealousy and contention, there will also be confusion, unrest, disharmony, and rebellion, and all sorts of evil and vile practices. So it's true. When you see where jealousy dwells and where there is contention, that is selfish ambition, there will always be confusion. Why is there confusion? It's because there is no agreement. One is feeling this is the way, the other one is feeling that is the way. So when two people who are in love are pulling the ropes in different directions, there will never be agreement. There will always be rivalry. So verse 17, which is the verse of emphasis. But the wisdom from above is first of all pure and defiled. Then it is peace-loving. It is courteous, considerate and gentle. It is willing to yield to reason, full of compassion and good fruits. It is wholehearted and straightforward. Impartial, that means it does not show partiality, doesn't favor one and leave the other. And unfeigned, free from doubts, wavering, and insincerity. So, if you want to know the wisdom, to separate the wisdom of the world from the wisdom of God, or the wisdom that is godly, remember the metric is in James chapter 3 verse 17. Weigh that wisdom against this scripture and ask yourself, is this wisdom pure and defiled? Is it peace-loving? Does it promote peace? Does it promote purity? Is it courteous? Is it considerate? Is it gentle? Being considerate and gentle, it means that even as it advises me, it also considers the welfare of the other person. You get? Is it full of compassion and good fruits? Does that wisdom express compassion? Compassion in this way that it's willing to win the person over. Is it producing good fruits? Like fruits that can build, And is it wholehearted? Or is it a half-truth? It should be something that is wholehearted, not half-hearted. You get what I'm saying? In this way, I'm giving you an honest thing, but I'm not giving you all the wisdom so that usikuje unishinde or so that you don't become better than me. You get? But this one is wholehearted and straightforward. It's not bent, does not take you in circles. It's impartial. Impartial, that means it does not show favoritism. And unfeigned, free from doubts, wavering, and insincerity. So you will know. It will be direct and accurate. So, with all these things that are happening today in the society, with regards to relationship, you know very well, so many people have become relationship advisors. But not everything that is being said out there is worth consuming. Check everything against the truth of the Word of God. This has been the Wisdom of Age, and I will see you on the next one.